My name's David Lerner. I'm the franchisee at Mr. Sim's Old Sweet Shop in Ely.
Fantastic. Good morning, David.
Morning.
You did mention there that you're a franchisee, so tell us why you chose Mr. Sim's Sweet Shop.
I was looking for something that meant I could run as an independent business that was going to engage with the maximum number of people, because Mr. Sim's is generational, grandchildren bring in their grandparents and everything in between, and I wanted something that appealed to the community on an everyday basis. Not large items, small items, pocket money items, and it seemed an ideal franchise. I did a lot of research into various franchise opportunities, and I wanted to get it right for Ely, given its historical context and the cathedral in our back garden.
Okay, and on the franchise front, they've got lots of different types of sweets. Tell us the product range that comes with Mr. Sim's.
They set you up in a sort of a fashion that makes it as easy as possible to run your own business if you've never done it before. I had run my own business before, so it was slightly easier, but I don't know the first thing about sweetie supplies, where the boiled sweets, fudges, nougats, all that came from. And Mr. Sim supplies that kit of parts, so all you have to do is to provide the opportunity, the space, the location. In this case it was the old electrical shop, the television shop, Fenway in Ely, and then they tell you where to go for fudges, nougats, chocolates, boiled sweets. We have a very large American range which appeals to the bases, Lakenheath, Mildenhall, and that's changing all the time. And that was new to me, that there was a whole wealth of candy available and that it caught the imagination of the young people here. So it's not just an American thing. Again, that appeals to everybody.
So you're not far from the cathedral, and we get a lot of tourists. So do you find that most of your customers are tourists, or are they a lot of local regulars as well?
Part of the research for the franchise meant that I had to investigate every opportunity to make it a commercial success. A burgeoning resident population, 20,000 and rising. The tourists to the cathedral, one of the top sites in East Cambridgeshire, north of Cambridge, and that gets thousands. And I've learned to say thank you now in about 120 languages. It's brilliant. And also the international school and the local schools as well. At about 3:30, between 3 and 3:30 in the afternoon, suddenly there is this influx of 100 different voices, all with pennies to spend, but that's exactly where we come in, and that is the core of our business. So it's the resident population, it's the visitors, and it's also the international students and people who happen on us by chance. They visited the cathedral in our back garden 20 yards away, wonder what else Ely has got to offer, and we're there.
So I think you probably answered my next question. Right on the high street, opposite a few bigger shops. What do you think of the location for this particular store?
This was the final cog that meant everything could work. Money was sorted out. I knew that the franchise would work. I played with figures and facts and everything to ensure that we were going to make it a commercial success. And when this place came up for sale, I thought, right, I either do it or I don't do it now, because somebody's going to come along and see that it was a location, as you say, opposite Burroughs Newsagent, the most popular shop in town, close to Topping Books, fantastic independent bookshop, Gibbs Shoes directly opposite us. We've got Street Cafe next door. I thought this is about as hot as I can get as far as location is concerned.
Right, thank you. So just moving on a little bit, you do a lot for community things as well. We've seen it all in the paper, etc., etc. Well, tell us a little bit about the community adventures that you get on with.
Sure. In the past, I was delighted to work closely with Annabelle at Burroughs Bookshop and engage more fully with the youth of the population. So we set up Ely 501, which was a short story writing competition, no more than 501 words, and we set them the task, if you like. Local schools, local independents, local primary schools, my apologies, 27 of them in East Cambs. You had to be able to live in East Cambs or go to school in East Cambs. And we set them off, possibly with a half a dozen opening lines, but many didn't choose those opening lines. And we say, we will publish it in book form when we've had all the results in. We had an astonishing first year. It was absolutely brilliant. We're going to be continuing it into next year. We're going to be extending the format, but that's top secret at the moment, for next year, in a way of just getting young minds, when they come in here and their eyes glisten and they glow and you go, oh, please don't grow up. don't lose the magic. And you go, oh, hold on, write it down now. Tell me your thoughts, tell me your nightmares, tell me your dreams. Tell me what goes on. And Annabelle and I had a wonderful time. We were helped by 2 fantastic professional authors who guided us as well and told us what to look out for in award-winning stories. But there they are, those 2 trophy winners this year, and that'll be next year. Also, we get involved in providing a guess the number of sweets jar, which we count one by one by hand, and then provide that for a range of charities throughout whoever comes to us and says, is it something that you can do? And I said, let's do a bit of a deal here. Let's see if we can work together. You promote us, we promote you, to provide a guess the number, because that's sort of tantalising. Oh, and you get to win the jar of sweets at the end of the day.
Oh, fabulous. We'll have to look out for that then. So, roughly, where do you go with those competitions?
Oh, heck, where haven't we been? Wilburton, Haddenham, Streatham, Littleport, North of Ely, South of Ely, into the Fen. It's funny how much local support we have gathered we've only been going 2 years, and how much local support we've gathered, and people have clocked onto us either through the Facebook page usually, and said, hold on, if I get one of these jars, then I set up a raffle or guess the number of, I can make money. And I go, yes, you can, for your good cause. Make money through us. So
if any local causes want to get involved with that, how can they find you, get in touch with you?
Best way is the Facebook page, facebook.com/Mr. Sims Ely. Or we've got a mobile phone, just text us. Or we've got the landline. And we will always respond. We will always respond, and we'll always say, hopefully, yes, we can help. We are only a small business. We are a small independent company, despite the fact that we are a franchisee. We haven't got that much money to splash about, but what we can do and what we can give back to the community, we will.
Okay, so you say you've been going 2 years.
Yep.
What's the next 2 years for you?
I have no idea. It's so fabulous. We're discovering new product all the time, but 300 jars here, full of the most delicious sweets. You go, oh, I don't want to lose my iced caramels. Oh, Gray's tea cake, somebody asked for that. Toasted mushrooms, you go, oh. And so there is always something new to discover. The sweet manufacturers are canny as well, and they're coming to us with new ideas. So while the staples will continue, the fudges, the brilliant fudges that we sell, the chocolates, everything. I just love it all. The licorice, Finnish licorice, was a completely eye-opener to me. It's sweet, it's salty, it's caramelly, it's got molasses, and if you love licorice, you cannot love that. But love that. So it's an open book. The next 2 years is absolutely an open book. We need people to come through the door. We give everybody a smile. We say hello to everybody when they come in, and we want them to have an experience such as they will not have had for many, many years in a sweet shop. Lots of independent shops, lots of sweet shops, but you come in here and you get sweet shop completely, and that's what I want people to go away with them. I want them to come in with smiles on their face. I want them to go out with even wider smiles on their face.
It's certainly a colour sensation as you walk around. What's the bestseller that you've got?
Everybody has a bestseller. Number one in the jars is sour blue raspberry bonbons. They are a lurid blue. I could open a shop selling them and nothing else, and probably still retire. The Americans, the nerds, do terribly well. Chocolate lollipops. What else? Pick and mix. Above and beyond, of course. Pick and mix is why we're here. It's that choice of more than 80, well up to 120 now, because we haven't got, we want a bigger shop now in a way. We want to display more, but we've only got room for 80 out on the shop floor. So there you've got the old favourites of the milk bottles, the Coke bottles, the mushrooms, the fruit salad, the blackjack, all those things that you thought maybe had gone, and all the new ones as well. Haribo do a fantastic job. Haribo are wonderful. Strawberries, terrific turtles, flat cola. I just love every bit. And you can come in. My lowest sale so far is 2p. You can spend 2p. You can spend £20 if you want to.
Okay, so I guess the last and final and most important question is, what's your favourite sweet?
Oh, don't do that to me. That's just not fair. What do I go when the doors are shut at the end of the day, and I want something that says, I think I've done all right. Chocolate fudge crunch. Don't tell anybody.
So you just told everybody.
Chocolate fudge crunch. I have to. I'm sorry. It's like a fudgy interior. It's got a sort of a bit of a cracknel around the outside. It's enrobed in milk chocolate, and it's got a nutty thing, a Rice Krispie thing going on, and it just I drool.
David Lerner, thank you very much.
Brilliant. Thank you.